Malia and Sasha Obama may appear as modern-day princesses, but behind the glamour and perfection, their lives were filled with challenges and shocking stories. During their time living in the White House, the two daughters of President Barack Obama faced difficulties that few could imagine. Michelle Obama, a strong and ever-protective mother, was recently moved to tears after hearing Malia and Sasha's confessions. But what was it that made her so emotional? Let's find out. Malia and Sasha, growing up in the White House. Living in the White House presents challenges unlike any other, and the pressures it brought to Malia and Sasha were hard for most to truly comprehend. As daughters of First Lady Michelle Obama and President Barack Obama, their time in the White House was anything but ordinary. When they first moved in, Sasha was just 7, and Malia was 10 years old. Though the White House stands as a towering symbol of American power and political history, it was also a home for these young girls during some of the most crucial years of their lives. Their childhood was shaped by the usual routines of school, playdates, and family outings, yet it was also filled with the pomp of state dinners, ceremonial events, and the ever-watchful presence of the Secret Service. Michelle Obama shared with Entertainment Tonight that despite the grandeur of their new residence, she and Barack worked hard to maintain as much normalcy as possible for their daughters. Prior to moving to the White House on January 5, 2009, the Obamas lived in a spacious 6,400-square-foot apartment in the Kenwood neighborhood of Chicago. This was a stark contrast to the White House's vast 55,000-square-foot space, which not only served as their home, but also as a backdrop for state affairs and presidential duties. The Obama sisters' time in the White House gave them a chance to experience a world few others could ever imagine. From traveling the globe and meeting world leaders to living at the epicenter of American politics, they were constantly immersed in history in the making. They were present at their father's inauguration, witnessing the complex nature of diplomacy and the importance of building international alliances. They also watched their father sign historic bills into law, providing them with an understanding of leadership's gravity and the monumental responsibilities it entails. These extraordinary moments broaden their horizons, offering them a global perspective that is rare for anyone, let alone someone their age. A normal childhood in the White House. Raising her daughters, Malia and Sasha, in the spotlight was no small challenge for Michelle Obama. Yet her influence on their upbringing was undeniable. Parenting in the public eye is a daunting task, but Michelle's unwavering devotion and protective nature were instrumental in helping them navigate the complexities of their unique circumstances. Despite the ever-watchful gaze of the media, Michelle made it her mission to shelter her daughters from the spotlight, working tirelessly to create a safe, loving environment where they could feel as normal as possible amidst the constant attention. Throughout their childhood, Malia and Sasha demonstrated an impressive sense of composure and maturity. Although their public appearances were rare, the occasional, more candid moments, like carving a turkey on Thanksgiving or playing football in the yard, revealed them as just regular American girls, relishing in the simple pleasures of family life. Despite the opulence of the White House, Michelle and Barack were determined to keep their daughters grounded. Stories of Malia and Sasha juggling schoolwork, helping with household chores, and experiencing the ups and downs of adolescence frequently surfaced, reinforcing their sense of normalcy. They had sleepovers, went on family vacations, and faced the pressures of school exams, living a childhood that, though extraordinary in some ways, remained rooted in the everyday experiences of growing up. Malia and Sasha's polished appearances and graceful poise at public events were widely admired, and much of this elegance can be traced back to Michelle. Their fashion choices, a blend of youthful energy and refined sophistication, fit perfectly for any occasion, whether attending state dinners, formal gatherings, or enjoying casual family outings. Michelle, renowned for her own sense of style and composure, was not only a fashion icon, but a powerful role model, teaching her daughters the importance of confidence, elegance, and self-assurance in every aspect of life. Barack and Michelle's unbreakable bond. The love story of Barack and Michelle Obama is one that has captivated hearts across the globe. A beautiful journey of two extraordinary people who discovered each other while navigating their own ambitious paths. Their relationship blossomed in the public eye, but it remains a deeply personal tale of connection, resilience, and shared dreams. It all started in the summer of 1989 when Michelle Robinson, a young and accomplished lawyer at the esteemed Sidley and Austin law firm in Chicago, was assigned the task of mentoring a summer associate, Barack Obama. At first, Michelle hesitated to entertain the idea of a romance with Barack. As one of the few African-American women at the firm, she was cautious about the potential complications that could arise from dating a colleague. But as they spent more time together, their bond grew undeniable. They were drawn to one another's intellect, humor, and the values they held in common. By 1992, their relationship had blossomed into something solid, and during a dinner at a Chicago restaurant, Barack proposed to Michelle. The engagement marked the beginning of an exciting new chapter for them as they navigated the ups and downs of their careers and personal lives side by side. Juggling their demanding careers with the responsibilities of raising a family was no easy feat. Michelle continued her successful career as a lawyer before taking on an executive role at the University of Chicago Medical Center, while Barack's political aspirations began to take shape. In 1998, they welcomed their first daughter, Malia, and just 3 years later, in 2001, they were blessed with their second daughter, Natasha, lovingly known as Sasha. Raising two young daughters while juggling the unrelenting pressures of public life proved to be no easy feat for the Obamas. Amid the constant glare of the media and the rising demands of Barack Obama's political career, the family remained steadfast in their commitment to creating a loving, supportive environment for Malia and Sasha. They worked hard to establish routines and traditions that would offer a sense of normalcy amidst the whirlwind of their public lives. Family dinners, game nights, and their beloved annual trips to Hawaii became the foundation of their family life, providing a rare but precious sense of stability and unity. As Barack's career soared to new heights, their lives were inevitably transformed in profound ways. His election to the U.S. Senate in 2004 marked the start of a new chapter, but it was his election to the presidency in 2008 that truly reshaped their world. The White House, once just a symbol of American power and history, suddenly became their new home. For Malia and Sasha, this shift meant adapting to a life of unparalleled public scrutiny, with the constant presence of Secret Service agents ensuring their safety, while the media followed their every step. Family first. Parenting with presidential responsibilities. When Barack Obama took office as president, one of his greatest concerns was how the demanding role would affect his daughters. Despite the grandeur and unrelenting pace of life in the White House, he and Michelle were resolute in their determination to give Sasha and Malia as normal a childhood as possible. Their goal was to instill values of hard work and responsibility in their daughters, ensuring that the privileges of living in the White House didn't excuse them from everyday chores. Sasha and Malia were expected to pitch in just like any other children. From making their beds to tidying up their rooms, they were assigned household duties that helped foster a sense of responsibility. These daily tasks were integral to their upbringing, reinforcing that living in the White House didn't mean they were exempt from contributing to family life. For Sasha and Malia, the White House was simply home, despite the constant media attention on their every move. They immersed themselves in the ordinary moments that make a house a home, arranging play dates, attending school functions, and enjoying cozy family movie nights. Barack and Michelle were deeply involved in their daughter's education, staying in close contact with their teachers to ensure that Sasha and Malia not only kept up with their studies, but thrived. Their commitment to keeping a sense of normalcy in their lives was clear when Sasha and Malia chose to focus on their school exams instead of attending their father's final State of the Union address. This simple decision spoke volumes about the family's priorities, showing that, despite the demands of public life, they remained dedicated to staying grounded. A big part of that stability came from Michelle's mother, Marion Robinson, who moved into the White House to help support the family. More than just lending a hand with daily tasks, Marion became a constant source of emotional support, providing the kind of stability the family needed during such an intense and public time. Barack and Michelle made sure to emphasize to the White House staff that Sasha and Malia should have as normal a childhood as possible, encouraging them to take on everyday chores and responsibilities just like any other kids. At first, this directive seemed unusual to the seasoned staff, who were well accustomed to the formality and decorum of life in the White House. However, as time passed, the staff began to see the Obama sisters not just as the president's daughters, but as beloved members of the White House family. They took great care to ensure the girls could enjoy private moments, away from the watchful eyes of cameras and reporters. Barack and Michelle were deeply committed to protecting their daughters from the unrelenting public attention, while also instilling in them important life lessons. Barack often reflected on the values his mother had taught him: kindness, empathy, and the importance of lifting others up. These same values became the foundation for the way he and Michelle aimed to raise Malia and Sasha, preparing them for a life in the spotlight with a strong moral compass. Michelle Obama once shared a heartfelt memory of her daughter's first day at their new school in Washington, D.C. She vividly recalled watching Malia and Sasha, just 7 and 10 years old, climb into the black SUVs, surrounded by Secret Service agents. The image of their small faces pressed against the windows stayed with her, leading to a moment of deep reflection. What have we done? It was a powerful realization, one that underscored how their time in the White House would forever shape their daughters' lives. During their time in the White House, Barack and Michelle were unwavering in their commitment to nurturing Malia and Sasha's academic growth and encouraging them to explore their own passions. They placed great emphasis on fostering intellectual curiosity, making it clear that with their privileged position came a profound responsibility to contribute to the well-being of others. Michelle often spoke with great conviction about these guiding principles, stressing that their upbringing wasn't solely about achieving academic excellence. It was equally about becoming empathetic, selfless individuals. Amidst the relentless media spotlight, the Obama sisters handled the delicate balance between family life and public expectation with extraordinary poise and resilience. They remained firmly rooted in the core values their parents had taught them, carrying those lessons into adulthood as they continue to shape their own paths. The Obama family's educational mission. For the Obama family, education has always been a core value, deeply influencing both their personal lives and public endeavors. From Michelle's early years on the South Side of Chicago to Barack's presidency and beyond, the belief in education's transformative power has shaped their journey. The Obamas have consistently championed the idea that quality education should be accessible to everyone. Right from the start, they made their daughter's education a top priority, urging Malia and Sasha to be curious, ask questions, and pursue their passions, nurturing a lifelong love of learning. Every evening, they made it a habit to read with their daughters, cultivating a profound respect for knowledge. Even when the family moved into the White House, they remained determined to keep Malia and Sasha's educational experience as normal as possible. They selected Sidwell Friends School, a well-regarded private institution in Washington, D.C., and remained deeply involved in their daughter's schooling, attending parent-teacher meetings and participating in school events to show their unwavering support. But their dedication didn't stop at their own children's education. The Obamas leveraged their unique platform as the first family to push for educational reform on a broader scale. Programs like Reach Higher, which encouraged young people to pursue higher education, and Let's Move, promoting healthier lifestyles and physical activity in schools, were integral to their mission of creating opportunities for all children to succeed. Michelle Obama, in particular, worked tirelessly to ensure that every child had the resources and encouragement needed to reach their fullest potential. Throughout his presidency, Barack Obama placed education at the forefront of his domestic agenda. His administration boosted funding for early childhood education, expanded Pell Grants to make higher education more affordable, and introduced reforms aimed at enhancing K-12 schooling across the nation. He also pushed for increased investment in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, education, understanding its vital role in ensuring America's continued global leadership. Even after stepping down from office, the Obamas have remained steadfast in their advocacy for education through the Obama Foundation. They've launched programs that empower young leaders, support global girls' education, and create opportunities for marginalized communities. Using their influential platform, the Obamas tirelessly champion policies and initiatives that aim to widen access to education and improve educational outcomes for all, underscoring their unwavering commitment to this cause. Malia Obama's year of self-discovery. As Malia Obama approached her high school graduation in 2016, she made a bold decision that sparked national conversation. She would take a gap year before heading to Harvard University. This choice ignited a broader debate about the merits of stepping away from the traditional academic path, underscoring the potential for personal growth and exploration that often comes with time off. For Malia, this gap year offered a much-needed reprieve from the intense scrutiny and high expectations that had come with being a first daughter. Despite her parents' best efforts to give her a sense of normalcy, growing up in the White House meant living under the constant watch of the media, with Secret Service protection and public pressure never far behind. During this year, Malia immersed herself in a journey of self-exploration. She traveled to Bolivia and Peru, engaging with different cultures and expanding her perspective. Her passion for film also took center stage, with internships at the Weinstein Company and on the set of HBO's Girls, gaining hands-on experience and industry knowledge that would be invaluable for her future career. But Malia's gap year wasn't just about building her resume. It was an opportunity for her to step out from the shadows of her public persona and start defining herself on her own terms. Free from the relentless pressures of academics and the media spotlight, she had the space to experiment, make mistakes, and grow in ways that might not have been possible under the constant scrutiny of public life. In the documentary Becoming, a poignant moment unfolded between Malia and her mother, Michelle. As Michelle reflected on her time as First Lady, Malia, deeply moved, struggled to hold back tears as she shared how much she admired her mother. With a heartfelt statement, Malia turned to the crowd and said, "You see that huge crowd out there? People are here because they truly believe in love and hope in other people." These simple yet profound words not only captured the deep influence Michelle had on Malia's life, but also highlighted the broader impact of the Obama's values, resonating with people across the nation. Malia's gap year became a pivotal chapter in her journey. It gave her the freedom to step beyond the sheltered world of public life and take in a new, unfiltered perspective on herself and the world around her. She threw herself into diverse experiences, traveled to new places, and nurtured her passion for film and television, each experience contributing to her evolving sense of identity. When Malia finally began her studies at Harvard in the fall of 2017, it was clear that the gap year had left an indelible mark. She returned more self-assured, with a sense of calm and resilience that came from navigating the world on her own terms. That year of exploration not only gave her the independence and self-reliance to pursue her dreams, but also sharpened her vision, allowing her to step into her future with newfound clarity and purpose. Sasha Obama's independent journey. While Malia Obama has often captured public attention, Sasha Obama has quietly forged her own path, gracefully balancing the challenges of growing up in the public eye with her education and personal aspirations. Born Natasha Marion Obama on June 10, 2001 in Chicago, Sasha was only 7 years old when her father, Barack Obama, ascended to the presidency. The move to the White House marked a significant turning point in her young life, yet her parents remained dedicated to keeping things as normal as possible for both their daughters. They ensured that Sasha, like any other child, adhered to routines such as making her bed and doing her homework, despite the grandeur of their new surroundings. As Sasha matured, she faced the added complexity of attending school while under constant Secret Service protection. She enrolled at the prestigious Sidwell Friends School in Washington, D.C., where she not only thrived academically, but also became actively involved in extracurriculars, including basketball and dance. Throughout her father's time in office, Sasha managed to remain relatively out of the spotlight. Though she occasionally appeared at official functions or family vacations, her parents took purposeful measures to shield her from the relentless media scrutiny, allowing her the space to nurture her interests and shape an identity distinct from her family's public image. In 2019, after graduating from Sidwell Friends, Sasha made a bold decision to chart her own course. Choosing the University of Michigan over the Ivy League paths that her parents and sister had followed, she signaled her desire for a more traditional college experience, one where she could define her own identity away from the spotlight that had shaped much of her early years. At Michigan, Sasha pursued her academic interest in psychology while maintaining a relatively low profile. Though she sought privacy, she still embraced college life fully, getting involved in a variety of campus activities. From joining a dance group to participating in a community service club, Sasha showed a commitment to both her personal growth and contributing to the campus community, crafting a life that was uniquely hers, shaped by her own values and aspirations. In 2021, after 2 years at Michigan, Sasha made the decision to transfer to the University of Southern California. While the reasons behind her move were not publicly shared, it was clear that Sasha was charting her own course, making independent choices about her education and career path in line with her personal goals and values. Michelle Obama's unwavering dedication to change. When Michelle Obama stepped into the role of First Lady in 2009, she found herself in a position of extraordinary significance and immense challenge. As the first African-American woman to hold this title, she was thrust into the spotlight, where every aspect of her life, from her appearance to her actions, was scrutinized and criticized. Despite the constant pressure, Michelle remained acutely aware of the unparalleled platform she now held, recognizing the chance to use her influence to drive meaningful, lasting change. From the very beginning of her time in the White House, Michelle made it clear that she was not content to simply be a symbolic figure or a fashion trendsetter. She was determined to leverage her position to advocate for causes she deeply cared about and to foster real, impactful change throughout the country. One of Michelle Obama's most impactful efforts was the Let's Move campaign, an ambitious initiative aimed at combating childhood obesity and fostering healthier lifestyles across the nation. Confronted with the alarming rise of obesity, especially among children, Michelle recognized the urgency and took action. She worked closely with schools, community groups, and food industry leaders to push for better eating habits and more physical activity. She even took it a step further by planting a vegetable garden on the south lawn of the White House, not just as a personal commitment to fresh, locally grown food, but as a visible symbol of living healthily. Michelle also dedicated a great deal of her time and energy to supporting military families, an area close to her heart due to the sacrifices she had witnessed firsthand. She spearheaded the Joining Forces initiative, designed to enhance education, employment, and wellness opportunities for veterans and their families. Michelle made sure to visit military bases regularly, engaging with service members and their families to show them the recognition and support they had long deserved. Beyond her work with the military, Michelle's devotion to education and empowerment was unwavering, particularly for young women and girls. Through the Reach Higher initiative, she sought to inspire students to pursue higher education, providing them with the tools and guidance needed for the often overwhelming college application process. In her global advocacy for girls' education, as part of the Let Girls Learn initiative, Michelle traveled the world, confronting barriers to education for young women in developing countries and working tirelessly to open doors for them to achieve their full potential. Amid the overwhelming demands of her role as First Lady, Michelle Obama always kept her primary focus intact, being an unwavering, loving mother to Malia and Sasha. No matter the chaos surrounding her, she made it a point to be there for her daughters during pivotal moments, whether it was cheering them on at school performances, assisting with the emotional hustle of college move-in days, or simply ensuring that, despite the spotlight, they felt the warmth and support of a stable, loving home. Michelle worked relentlessly to create an environment of normalcy, offering her family the grounding and stability they needed in the midst of their extraordinary lives. At the same time, Michelle proved herself to be an outspoken champion for the causes she held dear. She wasn't afraid to confront tough issues like women's rights, LGBTQ+ equality, and racial justice. Her boldness in speaking out, even when faced with adversity, underscored her commitment to fighting systemic injustice and amplifying the voices of those affected by discrimination and inequality across the nation. Even after stepping away from the White House, Michelle has continued to use her platform to ignite positive change. She remains one of the most admired public figures today, celebrated for her brilliance, poise, and unwavering dedication to bettering the world. Michelle Obama, the private persona. Michelle Obama is often perceived through the lens of her role as Barack Obama's wife. Yet she is so much more than just the partner of a political figure. While the world first came to know her as the wife of a rising senator from Illinois, it didn't take long for everyone to realize that Michelle was a force to be reckoned with in her own right. Her unwavering support for Barack throughout his presidential campaigns and during his time in office was only one facet of her extraordinary dedication to family and country. But Michelle's influence extends far beyond the confines of the White House and her role as First Lady. A brilliant lawyer and committed public servant, Michelle made a profound impact in numerous sectors. Her career began at the prestigious Sidley and Austin law firm, followed by a pivotal role as an executive at the University of Chicago Medical Center. She passionately advocated for various social causes, reflecting her deep-rooted desire to tackle societal issues and improve the lives of others. As a mother, Michelle found great pride in shaping the values of her daughters, a sense of fulfillment that was put to the test when Malia and Sasha made a heartfelt confession that moved her deeply. Known for her magnetic charisma, compelling speeches, and timeless elegance that graced countless magazine covers, Michelle also lived a life grounded in a yearning for privacy. Despite the constant public fascination, she quietly longed for a simpler, more private existence away from the relentless spotlight and the high-profile nature of life in the White House. This yearning for privacy and personal reflection is vividly captured in Michelle Obama's memoir, Becoming, published in 2018. The book offers readers a rare, deeply personal glimpse into her life, revealing not just the public achievements but the quiet moments of self-discovery, challenge, and growth that shaped her journey. Prior to its release, most people had only seen Michelle through curated snapshots of her public persona. With Becoming, she peels back the layers, revealing a profound narrative that delves into her early years, the hurdles she overcame, and the delicate balancing act between her public responsibilities and personal aspirations. She paints vivid pictures of her childhood on Chicago's South Side, where tight-knit family bonds and a resilient community laid the foundation for her character. The memoir transcends the typical rags-to-riches story, focusing instead on the relationships and unwavering support systems that fueled her growth and ambition. Michelle candidly explores the trials of juggling her roles as a working mother and first lady, shedding light on the immense pressures and scrutiny she faced. She reflects on the complexities of her marriage, the sacrifices demanded by public life, and the moments of tension and triumph that defined her journey. Among the most touching revelations is her longing for life's simple pleasures, like taking a quiet stroll unnoticed or savoring a meal without the gaze of the public. These glimpses of vulnerability and introspection showcase Michelle's humanity, her grounded nature, and her deep sense of self-awareness. The reception of Becoming was nothing short of extraordinary. It soared to bestseller status, translated into dozens of languages, and struck a chord with millions of readers around the world. Far more than an autobiography, the book became a testament to the power of authenticity and storytelling. Becoming quickly became a cultural phenomenon. Book clubs embraced it enthusiastically, academic institutions incorporated it into their curricula, and it sparked heartfelt discussions in communities everywhere. Themes of identity, perseverance, ambition, and love resonated universally, capturing the hearts of readers from all walks of life. What truly set Michelle's memoir apart, however, was her unflinching honesty. She candidly shared her personal struggles, wrestling with feelings of inadequacy as a wife and mother, confronting her deepest fears, and navigating the sting of prejudice. These vulnerable reflections struck a chord with readers around the world. Her willingness to expose these raw moments, so different from the polished facades often put forth by public figures, created a profound connection, particularly among those from diverse and marginalized communities who saw their own experiences reflected in her words. Becoming transcends a mere recounting of the past. It illuminates Michelle Obama's transformative journey. Though the narrative concludes with her departure from the White House, the pages bristle with her ongoing commitment to personal growth, her vision for a kinder, more compassionate society, and her enduring hope for future generations. The themes of her life's work, her relentless pursuit of purpose and progress, form a thread that weaves through every chapter. The book's influence rippled far beyond its words, reshaping not only how Michelle Obama was seen by the world, but also how she viewed herself. It dismantled the polished image of a public persona, laying bare the layers of complexity, vulnerability, and strength that define her. Through her deeply introspective lens, Michelle invited readers into her inner world, where resilience meets self-reflection, and struggles are met with quiet determination. While Michelle's tenure as First Lady offered the world countless iconic moments, Becoming reveals an even more intimate side of her. It captures the essence of a woman who is not content to rest on past achievements, but is constantly growing, redefining herself, and inspiring others along the way. Michelle Obama's resilience and leadership. When Barack Obama announced his bid for the presidency, Michelle Obama was immediately propelled into the unforgiving spotlight of American politics. Yet she was far from a silent bystander. Michelle emerged as a powerful voice, passionately championing her husband's vision for a better America. Every word she spoke, every step she took, and even the outfits she chose were dissected and magnified by an ever-watchful public and media. Stepping into this chaotic and often relentless political arena was a monumental challenge, especially for someone who had built a successful career as a lawyer, cultivated a nurturing home for her children, and devoted herself to advocacy work. While she faced intense scrutiny and waves of criticism, she also garnered an outpouring of support. Her compelling story, rooted in resilience, determination, and an unyielding optimism, brought a deeply personal and relatable dimension to a political landscape often devoid of humanity. Her open discussions about her modest upbringing, her dreams for her daughters, and her aspirations for the nation struck a profound chord with millions. The campaign trail, however, was anything but smooth. Michelle's sincerity sometimes became a double-edged sword, with her candid remarks occasionally taken out of context and sparking public controversy. One particularly infamous incident involved her comment about being proud of her country, which some media outlets twisted into an accusation of insufficient patriotism, igniting a heated national debate. In February 2008, during a campaign rally in Wisconsin, Michelle Obama made a now iconic remark that, at the time, was met with both praise and intense backlash. She said, "For the first time in my adult life, I am really proud of my country because it feels like hope is finally making a comeback." While Michelle's comment was meant to express her enthusiasm for the political change that Barack Obama's candidacy represented, critics quickly seized upon her words, accusing her of being unpatriotic and disloyal to America. Media outlets across the country, including conservative commentators, pounced on the remark, twisting it into a narrative that painted Michelle as ungrateful or even anti-American. The comment became one of the most widely discussed and debated moments of the 2008 campaign, overshadowing other aspects of the Obama's message. Despite the storm of challenges and criticism, Michelle Obama remained unshaken, fortified by the unwavering support of her family, close friends, and countless Americans. Her response to criticism was nothing short of dignified, marked by grace and poise, earning her admiration across the political spectrum. Grassroots organizations rallied behind her, and young girls from all corners of the nation sent heartfelt letters to the White House, viewing Michelle not just as a role model, but as a symbol of hope and resilience. These letters were more than just expressions of admiration. They were a powerful testament to the lasting impact Michelle had as a beacon of inspiration for a new generation. Michelle's unwavering commitment to her values was her guiding force through the storm of controversies. She often reflected on the lessons her parents had instilled in her, how to face negativity with kindness and compassion. Her now iconic mantra, "When they go low, we go high," became more than just words. It was the principle by which she navigated criticism, exemplifying the grace and strength she hoped to inspire in others. Her journey through public life is a powerful example of strength, integrity, and dedication to her principles. Whether it was enduring intense media scrutiny or passionately advocating for social change, Michelle consistently led with dignity and purpose, leaving a lasting impact on countless lives. What about the Obama's story resonates most with you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories about Michelle Obama and other influential figures. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.